Oh my gosh. I think it's working. All right, guys. Welcome to Fishy Hour at our new home, fishyhour.com. Here we go. Woo! Happy Monday, guys. It took a while, but I figured it out last minute. It gave me a hiccup. Had everything ready to go. Man. Oh, that's how it goes. Technology, guys. You know, it's you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. I don't know. Whatever. Welcome to Fishy Hour, the show where we hang out and talk about fishing. Monday is fishing reports, so feel free to start chiming in the chat with your fishing reports. Let me do some shout outs. What up, Aiden? Aiden, let somebody else come in first. Just kidding. I see Cal in the house. What up, Cal? I see Jet. I see SoCal Basson. I see Leonard. What up, Leonard? Tyler. Coach Worf in the house. Worf TV. Garrett. What's up, Garrett? I see Doug. Ruben. El Sueño. Welcome to the show. I see Aiden. Capture top. Cool. Oh, that's cool. Let me see this. What's this? Oh, create highlight video. Oh, that's cool. I see. All right, cool. I see Brian's in the house. What up, Brian? Cool. I'm glad everybody's finding the stream. Sorry for the delay there, guys. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's keep it going. Yeah, I see 9 people in here. I don't know if it's we lost some along the way. Yeah, I think we lost some people along the way on the transfer over to this new channel. So hopefully people will figure it out. I put a post on it on the Castro channel, but I'm not sure if everybody knows about it. So do me a favor, those of you that are in here, share it. Share that we're still doing the show and that we're doing it by going to by going to fishyhour.com. Will bring you into the stream. Okay. So let's just proceed with the show, and hopefully people will figure it out. It's fishyhour.com for optimal sharing functionality, I guess you could say. What's up? I see Wayne. What's up, Wayne? Welcome to the new house, the new stream. You get length. Oh, that's cool. I see some stuff's happening over here. What happened? All right, cool. All right, guys. I'm gonna crack open this here grape Stevia soda, 0 calories, 0 sugar, super cold, the best. All right, here we go. From 1 being the worst to 10 being the best. That's a weak one. Numbers are climbing, Roman. That's right. Numbers are climbing. Woo! Thanks, guys. Cheers. Happy Monday. Let's get into this. Oh, that's nice. All right, guys, do me a favor. If you haven't already, give this a share. So to help people find the show. I almost feel like we're not starting from scratch, but yeah. Anyway, okay, we'll keep it going. So I'm gonna text Captain Scotty real quick. Make sure he's see if he's available, and then he'll see if he can call in and give us a report later on. Okay, that's done. And see what's. Oh, I see a 6, an 8, a 7, a 5. Yeah, that sucks. That's funny. All right, Brian says, Jet, I'm trying to move onto wading fish. Only way to get the world record. Ooh. Yeah, don't you have to fish a certain type of line as well to catch to get a world record? I think it's gonna be like IGF rated line. Yeah. It's different, right? Tuna guys killed it today. Ooh, cool. Nice. So I'll start with my fishing report. Okay, so Saturday, went offshore. It was pretty cool to be out in the water looking for patties again. Oh, you send them a sample and they test it. Okay, cool. And then that's whatever it tests at, that's the record you can beat based on that weight. That makes sense. The report is the whole fleet was at the 43 this weekend. Nice. Yeah, we went to the 209 with Captain Dan, and we saw very few patties, and we stopped on like maybe 6 or 7. Two of those were holding fish. On the first one that was holding fish, I was in the water first, and these yellowtail just came up to me. They were big. I'd say easily that size. They were big, and dude, I don't know. Like it was the first time I shot my gun in. It was the first time I shot my spear gun in about, I don't know, 6 months, 6 months to a year. I don't know. I usually go. I've been doing a lot of pole spear stuff recently, so I haven't taken my gun out in a while. So I shot the fish. I was trying to shoot it on the lateral line here, and then I shot higher than I was expecting. So I shot right there, right above its fin, and above the spine, and also my spear wasn't I forgot to sharpen it, so it wasn't that sharp. So it didn't penetrate that much. It penetrated just enough for the flopper to deploy. Aiden, I didn't film the spear fishing because I was having hard enough time just even getting a fish. So on that patty, I didn't take my camera. So then I had the fish there for like right there pinned for like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, like trying to work it back up to the surface. And then once I got it to the surface, I saw how the flopper was barely engaged on the skin and a little bit of the flesh. So it would try to like take off on me, and I would kind of like let go of the float line so it could like run, and then I'd pull it back up, and then it'd run again, and I'd pull it back up. And then finally it made a run for the patty. And I kind of just hung on to the spear, and it kind of the tip came out, and at that point it was just a flopper engaged in like the skin cartilage of the fin. And so as it was pulling me, it was making a run for the patty. I started like swimming as well and catching up to it, and I got to the point where I could grab its tail. So I grabbed its tail, and it must have been like this fat around because I couldn't put my fingers completely around it. But I grabbed its tail, and it started like thrashing, and in that thrashing, my spear fell out. And so my spear fell out, and my spear is connected to my shooting line, and my shooting line is connected to my float line, and my float line is supposed to be connected to my float. But I didn't take out a float on that one, so I just kind of had the line connected to the float line. And so when my spear fell out, I was concerned that I was going to lose my spear, so I went and grabbed the line, the shooting line, while the fish was going crazy. So I had the shooting line in my hand, and then I came back to try to put my hand in its gills so I can control it like this, I guess. And when I did that, it just went even crazier, and I kind of tried to put my hand on top of his face like this to kind of like keep it from taking off on me. And at one point I just kind of bear hugged it and tried to hang on to it, but it was just too slippery, and it like weaseled out of my grip. So that was a total bummer. I was super sad that it was a nice yellowtail. But the good thing is, I guess if there's a silver lining to this story, is that the shot was so high that I'm like 99% sure that the fish is gonna survive, because it was basically I took a nick out of here, right here. But it wasn't any vital organs or any of that stuff. So I'm sure it's gonna survive and live to tell the tale of when you got shot in the back. And then the next thing that happened, we're looking for patties again for another like hour or so, and then we came across another patty, and I was like, okay, well, we came across this like huge. It was a huge patty. This thing was like, well, that first patty was maybe about I would say, from the surface it looked about 6 by 6, like a square, like a circle. And then the next patty we found was like huge. That thing must have been like, I don't know, like 20 feet long and like 10 feet wide. It was just like a giant patty. And so it was so big that it actually had like casted like you could see a nice shadow underneath it, because it was just like such a big patty. It was thick too. And when I first saw it, like in the horizon, I was like, oh, I see a bunch of birds there. I was like, oh my God, I think that's a patty. It was like, wow, that is a patty. That thing is huge. So we make our way over there, and since I got in first at the first patty where I shot that fish and I farmed it, I figured, okay, let's go. I asked George to jump in first, because that way I wasn't taking up the prime spots the whole time. So then George got in, and then I jumped in right after him. I had my GoPro with me. And yeah, those yellowtail came out to see him. There was yellowtail on that patty as well. Those yellowtail came out to see him, and then he shot one, and then he was able to land it. So I got some footage of him holding the yellowtail underwater in like the video. So I have a little bit of that. I'm probably just gonna take a screenshot for him and just give him the picture, so he has a picture of himself catching a yellowtail. I don't think he's ever had a picture of that, so I figured that'd be cool. And then I went to the patty where he had just shot that yellowtail, and there was like at least four other ones that were kind of like hanging out at like, I would say like 20 feet, and they were darting in and out of the shadow of the patty, right? Going around, and then they would be like way out there, like I could see them in the haze, but like way outside of shooting range. So I tried all the different tricks to try to make them come closer, like dive down, wiggle your hands around, grunt like with your throat, so they can like hear that in the water and they get curious and come check you out. But they weren't having that stuff. They weren't having any of those tricks. So eventually, I swam around to the up current side of the patty. I dove down like 20, 30 feet, and then I started traversing under the patty towards the other side, hoping that would attract them. And it kind of did. They came up to like about, I don't know, 15 feet away from me. So the patty's up here, and I dove down and kind of I was swimming across the bottom of the patty to pop out the other side. And while I was here, they came up from the bottom to check me out, but they were like outside of range still. You know, they're kind of just swimming sideways, kind of looking at me as I made my way across, and they never got closer than that. So by the time that happened, it was close to the end of the day anyway, and we had to get back. So we pretty much just called it and started heading back. Actually, no, we didn't start heading back yet. We went out and tried to find more patties in like different water, but the water got warmer and it got more green. So then we doubled back to this patty, and actually, I'm sorry. The second patty was after we doubled back. After the first patty where we had fish, we took off, found other patties that were not good, and then we came back to this patty, and that's where we found the second big patty. Anyway, after we got out of the second big patty, we called it and started heading home. I got to drive the boat for the whole way home. It's interesting. It's interesting how the swell and the wind affect how the boat tracks and how easy you get off course. Like it was like it was not even funny. Like I got annoyed with myself just trying to stay on course. Like the what is it called? The wind and the surge or the way the waves are going, like it pushes you a certain way. It wants you to go a certain way. And it's just like a constant battle trying to like turn into it. But anyway, overall a pretty fun experience. Even like when we got to the docks, landing the boat, Captain Dan's like, yeah, you got it here. You gotta land it. So they're all right. I'll go for it. And like docking the boat, thanks to it was like a little bit slight breeze, but it was going in the correct direction to where like it reminded me of when I land my kayak at the boat ramp. I usually like pedal, and then I'll pop out my drive, leave my rudder in the water, and then I'll make a turn at the very end right before I hit the dock, right before I hit the boat ramp. I'll turn my kayak, and then I'll let the wind kind of drift me into the boat ramp sideways, and then I just kind of put my legs over the side and step over, and I'm there, right? So that's kind of what we did at the boat ramp as well. Like the wind was going that way, the boat ramp was this way, so I kind of turned into the dock, killed the motor, and it kind of just pushed us towards the dock, and boom, we're there. It was pretty cool. It was a fun experience. Definitely want to do that again. I think there's gonna be a lot more fish as it warms up, and the patties out there look good. So anyway, that's my fishing report. I hope you guys got a little bit from that. If you guys have any questions, put them in the chat, or if you want to call in or ask a question, you're also welcome to do that. Here is I'm gonna put the number up here for you guys. Did that work? There it is. Feel free to call in, guys, and give a report. The lines are open and the phone is on the screen. Let's make sure it's connected. Yeah, we're connected. Cool. See any other cool fish besides yellowtail, says Jet. I know I saw. Oh yeah, I just basically just bait, chub mackerel, sardines, and moonfish. Captain Dan says, what Roman didn't tell you is we did 100-mile. Yeah, that was a big loop. Yeah, we did 100-mile loop as far south as Pacific Beach and up to 40 miles offshore. Yeah, he also drove the boat all the way to the dock and made a perfect controlled crash. Nice. Aiden says, hey, Roman, what is a good brand for sabiki rigs? I don't know. I think around here there's only one brand, really. Like, or nobody cares enough about the brand of the sabiki to matter. It's like it's so disposable. I think most people just use a sabiki once. So any brand is good. What temps were up there? Okay, so temps on the good patties there was like about 71 and a half. On the patties that got a little bit green that didn't have any fish, it was warmer. It was like 73 and a half, 74. Cal says, how did the MMFC dudes do in La Jolla? Yeah, guys. If you guys are on here, you want to give me a call in, and we'll you guys can let us know how you guys did in La Jolla this weekend. All right, cool. And Scotty's gonna call in towards the end of the show too. So all right, so don't hold back, guys. If you want to call in, just call in. It's not too difficult. I'll walk you through it. It's gonna be okay. Just call in and share the stoke. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're called moonfish or half moons, Coach. 73.4 says Captain Dan. The lowest temp was 70.3. Yeah, those patties were loaded. Once we got out there, I was like, oh, we gotta stay up here longer. But okay, what's up, guys? Oh, what's up, Adam? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, guys, the viewer count is way down because we moved. Cool. So so Aiden's building a kayak, I think. 6-inch PVC pipe and 2x4s, and a seat from my homemade kayak. Oh, nice. I caught a nice one in La Jolla the other day, says Coach Worf. I got an incoming call, guys. Let's see. Hello.
Hey, what's happening?
How's it going?
All right, how are you guys doing?
Pretty good. Did you fish this weekend?
No, actually, I was down at the Dana Landing today, and I was getting some fresh line. And I talked to this guy today. He said he went out yesterday. Was it yesterday? What's today? Monday. So it was Friday. He went out in La Jolla.
Yeah.
And he was trolling. He made some mackerel, and he was trolling mackerel, and he got 2 nice yellowtail
nice.
for his efforts. So
that's fantastic.
So they're out there. So I'm gonna go try. Hopefully, maybe Thursday or Friday. The weather should be stopped blowing by then.
Yeah, that's good. That's awesome. When was the last time you fished?
Gosh, when was it? It's been a few weeks now because of the COVID. But
yeah.
My wife's got health issues, so I can't fish with anybody right now.
Yeah.
So I just gotta go by myself. That's why I got my nice little boat now. It's like,
oh, cool.
Enjoy it.
That's cool.
I burn 35 miles per gallon now.
Wow.
That little 6 horsepower Suzuki is pretty incredible.
That is incredible. 35 miles is a good range. Wow.
Yeah, it holds. I don't even think a half a gallon in the tank, like a quarter gallon. But yeah.
But you have room for a spare tank? Yeah. Do you have room for a spare gas can?
Oh yeah, that boat is huge. It's a 16-foot.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys seen any of the videos on it, but it's the latest, greatest inflatable fishing skiff out there now.
Nice.
That's why it's called a fishing skiff. And Yeah, I could post a couple videos up.
That's
But they had
fun.
a couple guys go out and test it and caught a bunch of fish. And so hopefully I can go pull on some yellowtail in La Jolla soon. And I just made some beach launch wheels there. I tried to go buy some wheels, and everybody was out of wheels
Oh, wow.
for my kind of boat.
Yeah.
So I said, screw it. I went over to Harbor Freight today, and I bought those really nice wheels they have that you don't have to put air in them. You know, they're like super cheap. They're like $25 or something.
Oh, wow.
And so I just went to Home Depot, bought some stainless bolts and some nuts and washers, and I just posted on Discord the pictures I made today.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool. Yeah,
that's cool.
I think I know it's going to be awesome beach launching that thing in La Jolla. So I bought I think it was like the 12-inch hunters, maybe. They're pretty, or no, they're not that big. Maybe 12. But they're the ones you don't have to put air in them. So.
Oh, like that. It's like a honeycomb pattern.
No, they're actually rubber.
Okay.
And I'll take a picture and close up on them. I think I posted a picture and went to Home Depot, but they actually have pretty good selection of big stainless steel bolts at Home Depot now. The one on Genesee here.
Oh, cool.
So I was pretty impressed. I didn't have to go down to West Marine.
Nice.
So yeah. So anyway, well, hopefully I can get out there with you guys, soon on the bay.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, let's plan
what are you guys
for that.
doing the bay?
I think we might be doing the bay this week. This coming Saturday. We're gonna do a bay session.
Which bay? San Diego?
Yeah, probably San Diego. It's there's more room and there's a lot of us.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe we can meet up at the Marlin Cove or something.
Cool.
And I can open the gate. We could launch out of there. That might be cool.
Oh, is that right? They have a boat ramp there?
Yeah. Yeah, we have a slip there,
Yeah.
And we could just maybe just launch right there. That might be fun.
Yeah, let's figure it out. We'll figure it out on Discord or on the Facebook page, because it's sometimes like 15 people show up. It's a good amount of people. So.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, so the parking.
Yeah, we don't have any parking. That's the only thing. Yeah, we can just go down to the shelter.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But cool. Yeah, or even if you want to launch there, you can come out and meet us, because you'll have a motor, so you'll have the advantage of meeting us wherever we launch from.
Yeah, I can pull you guys if you guys get tired. Yeah. I'll tell you out to the halibut spot or something.
Nice.
Then you can kick back in, at the end.
Exactly. Yeah, that'd be fun. We might do that this weekend. I think that sounds fun. Get out there and just go fish the halibut.
I think
spot.
it'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
Okay, I found a good spot.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for doing all this hard work for the show.
No worries.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Thanks so much.
Yeah, and it really gets me out of the house where, I gotta go in the camper and listen to Fishy Hour.
Oh, nice. That's so good.
This is my so you gotta extend it like 2 hours so I can stay out here 2 hours.
That's funny. That's so good. Just at the end of the show, go hit replay and then just watch it for another hour in the background so you can stay out there.
Oh yeah, it's on late tonight, honey.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks.
Funny.
Well, thanks for calling in. That was a good report, and I'm happy to talk with you guys.
All right, Roman. Hey, take it easy, and thanks again for all your hard work.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Okay, bye bye.
Good night. That was super fun. All right, Coach. Sorry I missed your call, Coach. You call back in if you're ready. That was super fun, guys. See, it's not hard. It's not that difficult. So let's see. I see Bo says, yeah, ended up keeping 2 whitefish, 1 red vermilion, and 1 treefish. So you guys went out for yellowtail, but opted for the plan B when it got close to the skunk hour, I guess. That makes sense. Brian says, fished Mission Bay on Saturday with Jet. Okay. Oh, cool. Slinging lead. Good times. Solo mission to La Jolla and mission Sunday. Oh, okay, cool. Dang, Brian got a lot of fishing done this weekend. Quick announcement, guys. Tomorrow, I'm going to change up the format a little bit. Tomorrow, I'll be fishing from my kayak tomorrow.
Fresh one.
Thank you for calling Fishy Hour, the new home. Just kidding. Thank you for calling the new home of Fishy Hour. What's up, Coach? Or should I say,
hey,
Worf
Roman, how you doing,
TV
man?
in the house? I'm doing good. Guys, if you didn't know, Coach Worf has a channel. It's called Worf TV. You'll see him in the chat. Go check him out and subscribe to his channel because he's a contributor to the show. What's going on? How you doing?
Well, doing good. I got out and fished a few times over the last week.
Nice.
Got the chance fish La Jolla the other day from shore. I did pretty good. I mean, not super good, but I did pretty good. I caught like a 16-inch class, 15.5-inch class calico.
Oh, cool.
But the real prize to me was I caught a half moon that was over 14 inches long. So
oh, wow.
So, it was a beast of a half moon.
Did you keep it?
Yeah, of course. They're one of my favorites. Half moon and
seriously?
zebras. And
you eat them? So like,
yeah, I love them.
Okay, hang on a sec. Saltwater sport fishing guide. Half moon?
Half moon, yeah.
Would it even be in here? No.
Medialuna californiensis is their name.
Wow, that's cool.
So named because of their tail. If you look at it from the side, looks like a half a moon, a waning moon.
Yeah, those are always on the patties, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see a bunch of those on the patties. Okay, cool. I know what you're talking about. Cool.
When you said moonfish, I'm like, this guy saw moonfish?
Half moon.
Damn.
Half moons. Sorry.
Yeah, half moon.
What's a moonfish?
I mean, it'd
look
be
like?
cool if you saw some moonfish. They have been reported from here before, but not in water this cold. So.
Yeah, they're half moons. They're all over the patties.
Any big ones or just little dinky guys?
Probably like this big. So yeah, big I guess. Is that big? It's a 18 inches.
Oh hell, man! I would have skewered a couple.
Oh
Take
yeah.
them home for the frying pan. Hell yeah, they're delicious.
All right, I'm gonna get one next time just to try it. I'll take your word on it.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of our local panfish populations, I mean, those half moons are about as good as anything else we have. I'd say opaleye is a tighter texture, but I'd say half moon's is a little bit firmer and a little bit milder, I would say.
Wow. That's cool.
If that makes sense to you. I don't know how many opaleye you've eaten, but...
No, I haven't eaten opaleye.
They're pretty good, too. They kind of have a different texture to them. It takes you a minute to get over it. But, I mean, the flavor's nice, but the texture is where people struggle with the opaleye a little bit. But
yeah,
get over that. They're delicious.
That's funny.
And I wanted to tell you, Roman, you were talking about chub mackerel out there.
Yeah, Pacific chub mackerel.
So 99.99999% of anglers have no idea if what they're looking at offshore is chub mackerel,
right,
or bullet or frigate tuna.
Oh, it looked like this.
Yeah, if you're looking at them and they have the bars and everything,
yeah,
kind of pay attention if they're kind of look a little bit different color and the bars are different.
Okay.
Because we do get bullet and frigate tuna here some years.
So something that looks like a mackerel, like this, could also be a frigate tuna. But that's small?
Yeah. There's two kinds. There's bullets and frigates. Frigates are a little more common here, but and they get to about 4 or 5 pounds. So if you see some absurdly large mackerel, you might check it out. They're pretty cool.
Nice. Okay, that's pretty.
I mean,
cool.
the patty environment is a very interesting place. But yeah, I wanted to just kind of chime in. I fished La Jolla the other day. Water was super clean. There was almost no grass. I saw a corbina so big I thought it was a shark. I'm not kidding. I was like, hey, look, there's a shark in the wash. And I looked again. I'm like, wait a minute. That's not a shark. It was like a 26 or 27-inch corbina.
Oh, jeez. That's fun.
Which for people in the know that's an absolute beast. And I mean, I was watching him feed on sand crabs. It was nuts.
Oh, wow.
But the water in La Jolla was really good, super clean. It was very nice. Just a couple of days ago, I went to where Torrey Pines and Del Mar come together. I was out there yesterday. It was absolutely terrible. The water was loaded with salad. The current was hauling salad at several miles an hour. It was brutal. Just totally pulled those. I mean, I got 2 or 3 good drifts in, and they were biting immediately. I don't know what they were, probably yellowfin croaker, but I mean, it was just salad city. I don't know. So you'll have to go north from Del Mar or south from Torrey Pines somewhere if you want to find clean water for sure. The next couple of days with this incoming.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, like I don't know. I want to fish during the week too. Like tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna fish on the show. I just want to skunk again. So I'm probably gonna fish for spotties, and I'm gonna stay out until I get one at least, because not getting one was terrible. I shouldn't have done that dock.
Well, I have a piece of advice if you're willing to take it, and you don't have to. And I don't know the current conditions or anything. But if it's flat enough, I would suggest going out to the jetty in Mission Bay. Just go out there. It's a mile, but just go out there.
Oh, in Mission Bay?
And cast the plastic around. I think there's a real good possibility of big calicos this year, and maybe beast calicos.
That's true. Yeah, that might be.
So I mean,
yeah.
During this time where the spotties are kind of hit or miss, and the ones in San Diego Bay are out front someplace, and the ones in Mission Bay are congregating out front. I'd say target the calicos off the jetties.
That, or I just need to take a handful of shrimp for the no skunk.
Well, it doesn't bother me any. I mean, a fish's a fish, but
yep, that's funny.
You never know when you'll catch some surprise sheephead or whitefish or anything.
Exactly.
You never know.
I'd be down with a little rockfish action. Yeah, go out there, get a little rockfish.
Well, there could be some in there too.
Yeah, is the tide crazy? I haven't even checked the tide. If the swell is not too bad, I might do that too. Just to spice it up.
I mean, if the swell's not too bad, I mean, I would totally just go out, just work the jetties in Mission Bay, because the calico should be thick by now, and only getting thicker as the next few weeks comes on.
That's true.
Should be piling up and spawning right up tight against all that, and your chance at the 10-pounder has never been better.
Oh, that's crazy. That'd be a cool fish to catch. I need to get a scale.
Yeah. I mean, that's once you're hitting 27.5 inches during spawning season, you have the chance of being in the 10-pound range. That magical, mythical beast that doesn't exist supposedly in Southern California, according to people. But
until tomorrow when we find it, I see Bo saying he's down. Well, hey Bo, yeah, if you want to join me tomorrow, Bo, that'd be cool. Be like a safety in numbers, safety that will have like a backup.
And hit me up on text for some intel about that area, because it could be holding some more interesting fish. But I haven't. I laid binoculars on some yellowtail that were working kind of south of that area about 5 days ago.
That's cool. Yeah, so I'm just gonna take my heavy stuff. I'm gonna take one bass rod, take my heavy stuff, and then my sabiki rig, and then I'll be looking for a rockfish or whatever.
I would say instead of the sabiki rig.
Yeah.
I mean, this would be just my opinion. I mean, obviously do what you want. And, if sabiki's where your heart's at, but don't let me stop you. I mean, I would say instead take like a small jerkbait.
Okay.
Or like a little mini iron or some kind, like a little dart or not hydro minnow, but hydro minnow would be fine. But, damn it, what's that? What's the Yozuri, the little Yozuri hard bait?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, I'm thinking of the P-line laser minnow.
Yeah,
but
just
take a little half to 1 ounce and cast that around out there instead of your sabiki, because you're not going to need that many mackerel.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
And the possibility I think is there of something different.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So yeah, like I'm fishing.
It's a little early, but I mean,
Brick Lunch says Mega Bass.
Some other friends could come visiting anytime.
Yeah.
And there's been big barracuda caught fairly close to the ends of the jetties, like 34 to 39 inches. So
gross.
I mean, I wouldn't limit myself with a sabiki. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Or I might not even try to make bait. I'll just have a handful of shrimps on me and then just go try to catch a couple rockfish.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. And I mean, you never know what's going to happen after that.
Yep.
Although I have to tell you, Roman, if you catch a wrasse over 15 inches, please tell me you're going to submit for the world record rock wrasse.
Seriously, that's how big it is? That's the world record, 15 inches?
I think it's like 14 and change.
Wow.
So once you're in that 15-inch range with the rock wrasse, I think you're in world record country. It's like 1.7 pounds or something.
That is cool. That's cool.
They are delicious too, I might add, but soft. So you have to make adjustments for that. But
that's funny. That's funny. Cool.
So anyways,
Yeah,
just my 2 cents from an old timer.
Okay, cool. So I'll text you later after the show. Like that's like, or like in the Discord we can talk about it. Yeah, game time decision tomorrow. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Tomorrow maybe like.
I mean, just shoot me a text and I'll kind of give you some thoughts. And,
okay.
Yeah, take it for what you like, of course.
Okay, sounds good. Awesome. Well,
All
thanks
right,
for calling
Roman,
in with the
nice
report,
talking with you,
Coach.
man.
Nice talking to you. All right. Good night.
Yeah, no problem, man. Peace.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So yeah, guys, it's a little bit up in the air for tomorrow. I'm not sure. I just want to make it entertaining for you guys. I feel like I got to redeem myself for skunking so hard last time. So yeah, Bo, it's on. If you want to come out with me, hit me up on the Discord or through Facebook, and we'll coordinate it. I don't want to go with a lot of people because then everybody's gonna be with us and not watching. So we'll coordinate that. But yeah, so tomorrow, guys, it's gonna be a little bit different. Hopefully, I won't skunk. That's the idea. If it looks like I'm gonna skunk, I'm gonna stay out there until I catch something. Okay. So no skunk tomorrow is a mission. No skunk. All right. Let me see if I miss any. Oh, I see. Todd, TV Metal Art in the house. Todd says I'm making a 27-inch calico right now. Dang, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, a Midwest fish fry would be super cool. All right, cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Aiden says, "Where's the state record mackerel?" Great report, Coach. Says Bicker Lounge. Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Cool stuff. Okay, good. Yeah, Baker Lounge says no skunk, need the proper sticker combo on the kayak, on the yak. That's right. That's right. Cool. Good stuff. All right, yeah, I feel like I lost a lot of the regular watchers because they didn't subscribe or they're not getting notifications because this channel's so new. So I need to figure out what we can do to remind people that we moved. Hopefully, they don't think the show just kind of died off. I checked, and I think fishyhour.com does point you to this stream. Hopefully. Bring a lot of beer, says Doug. Yes, nice. Oh, Garrett. You ordered a calico, Garrett? That's cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, so I was talking with Brian with Brian last week, and he's shown some interest in helping me out with the show a little bit more, and eventually learning enough that if I needed to take a day off, he could jump in for me and we could continue the show. So what we're gonna do on Wednesdays now is, I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do yet, but we're going to start it off with maybe Brian having a little segment where he tells us a little bit about like a couple of tips on bay bass fishing, and then we'll kind of work him into the schedule, and then eventually, so we can maybe start co-hosting with me on Wednesdays, or if I need to take the day off for whatever reason, the family wants to do something, then he's ready to rock, and he can jump in and run the show for me on those days. So that's kind of the plan, and that's kind of why we switched the fishing day to tomorrow, to Tuesday. So let me just run through the schedule really quick so you guys don't get confused. So Monday is still fishing reports. Tuesday is going to be on the water fishing with me live. Wednesday is going to be like Q&A and help with your questions, and during that is when we're going to start to transition in Brian. And then Thursday is going to be interviews, and trivia nights is Friday. Let me bring up my interview list and see who's our guest for next week. Let's see. Fishy Hour. Guess. Okay, I have 3 guests that haven't confirmed yet, so I don't know. We'll see. I'll need to reach out to them and double check if they're going to be on for this Thursday. If not, then we might have Coach back on, or maybe even Brian back on, because Brian left us with like 2 sheets worth of notes that we didn't go over. So it'd be kind of fun to do that, and maybe we might even do that one on his boat, but I'm not sure. No, not on his boat, because it's with the whole COVID thing right now. So we're just gonna, anyway, we'll figure it out. But we're gonna have a guest on Thursday. It's Monday. I'll figure it out. I'll get somebody on, and we're gonna have a good interview on Thursday. And of course Friday it's always trivia night. We don't have a sponsor for trivia night yet, but don't worry. I'm always gonna have something to give out for trivia night. So worst case scenario, you guys can get a $27 voucher for your shirts here at shop.romancastro.com. Okay, so we're good there. Cool. I think Scotty's gonna call in a little bit and give us his fishing report. If any of you guys want to call in or have any questions about fishing this weekend or any plans, put it in the chats or call in. Let me put the phone number up here for you guys. Maybe that's when nobody's calling in, because I forgot to put the phone number back up. There it is. Okay, cool. Right. Okay. So also I started to make videos again, like edited videos on my regular channel. So that stuff is ready to rock. I made a video called Kayak Fishing Setup. It's basically my setup for when I fish the bays of San Diego and Mission Bay. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, it's linked in the description of this live, and I'm also going to put it in the chat for you guys. So maybe click on that and open it in a different window and pause it. And when we're done with the show, do me a favor and go watch that video. It's I put a lot of time into it, and I went over everything I use when I go kayak fishing for bay bass, from the flag at the back of my kayak to like the sounder, the fishing rods, the reels, all the pieces of equipment. They're on there. And then I also have I created a resource page where I put all of the equipment that I use to make this stuff, all the equipment I went over in that video, plus other things that like books I've read and that kind of stuff. And I think I put this up for you guys before. It's called, it's romancastro.com/resources. And that's also in the chat. Brian says, cool video. Love the Star Wars reference. Yeah. Yeah, go check out that video and tell me what you guys think about the Star Wars reference. It just kind of popped in my head, and my kids had like a Halloween voice changer thing, and I was like, all right, I'm going to use that. Make it a little bit funny, make it entertaining. So that's pretty fun. Cool. All right. Yeah, I feel like we lost a lot of people on the transition, but we'll build back up. Just let your friends know. If you know somebody that was watching Fishy Hour and fell off on this migration to this new channel, just remind them that we're still doing the show, and really all they need to do is go to fishyhour.com. It'll take them to wherever the stream is next. Okay. Cool. All right. Anybody that's in here, do you guys have any questions? Any tips you want to share? Or any setup issues you had lately that we can all jump in and kind of help you with? Put it in the chat, and we'll talk about that for a bit. And it's just, I'm curling 30-pound weights right now on them biceps. That's hilarious. That's funny. I'm not even sure if I can curl 30 pounds. Cool. I don't see any questions here. All right. Okay, I'm scrolling through, see if I missed any questions, guys. There's a couple. No, wait, that wasn't a question. Sorry, my bad. Keep it going. Okay. No, that's good. Okay. What's up, Kyle? Welcome to the stream. Tuna fishing is off the hook, I read. Just wait for your live on the water session tomorrow. Always picks up volume. Yeah, that's true, Wayne. I gotta I gotta make it more entertaining, I think. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'll have I think the transition plus usually this day is like, oh, actually, you know what? The fishing reports are usually pretty live, pretty happening. Let's see, Aiden reps. Wayne says, "Have you replaced the 13 fishing reel?" No, I haven't. I need to swap that out. I don't want to swap it out with the SLX because the SLX is like an 8-to-1, and I want a slower reel for the for crankbaits. So if you have do you have a 150 size reel, like in the 5 or 6-to-1 range? I might have to go put it in the looking for gear section of the Discord. The tuna counts are crazy today, says Coach. Crazy. Any suggestions on a good webcam? Yes. I like to use this one here. This is my second one. I have two of these. One of them is the one you're looking at me on, and this is my second one. This is the one I use for I use this one for, there's one of my things. I can use this. Oh, no. I just broke it. I just broke that off. The ring came off with this. Oh, well. Anyway, yeah, this is a good webcam if you don't break it. It's a Logitech C90, 180p, HD 180p. And it gets the job done. It looks great. What matters is the lighting. If the lighting looks good, the camera will perform pretty well. Baker Fishing says, just started deep cranking on a 7-1. It's fast, but it gets the lure down quick. Yeah, see, I think that's a good point. It gets it down fast, but you're gonna strain your arm more cranking on that thing because it's 7-1 is pretty fast. I feel like even when I'm fighting a fish with a 7-1, I really have to use a rod and then take up the slack. For crankbaits and that kind of stuff, I like to use a slower reel because it gives you more torque and you get less tired because you're cranking all the time. Alexa 100p 49. That's cool. Does it have a built-in mic? It does have built-in mics, but I would still suggest that you get a separate mic that you could put closer to your mouth because if you turn up the volume of the mic on the camera, that's like about 2 feet away. Check us out. Hey guys. So I turned up the volume really loud on that mic, and you guys can still hear me. It's still at the right level, but it sounds like I'm far away from the mic because I am. Where if I turn down the mic, and I get real close on the mic, and it sounds pretty good.
Fresh one.
Got a call coming in, guys. Here we go. Thank you for calling Fishy Hour. What up?
Hey, Roland, it's Artie.
Hey, Artie, how you doing?
How you doing, brother? Yeah.
Good.
I put the thing on the blog. I was on the Royal Star last week. Actually, I got to host a trip for Let's Talk Hookup.
Ooh, nice.
It wound up being a good trip. Actually, we went south. The first 2 days we were kind of plunker bite on school-sized yellowfin and bluefin, and then Captain Gerby decided to turn the boat and go north. We went between the 43 and San Clemente, and just cruising along. We're going to a spot that he had heard there were fish yesterday, the day before on Thursday, and man, lo and behold, we come driving up on a football-sized field of foamers.
Oh,
and it was awesome, dude. We put the kite out. Blake, the deckhand man, it was like an orchestra the way he's doing it, man. It's had the guys all in concert, man. Had the kite up, got out there. We kind of went around the back of the school.
Yeah.
As soon as we turned, went back to the school, bam, man, nailed right away. We had 19 passengers, so Gerby came up with a neat idea. We took everybody, split everybody into 3 teams. neat thing about that, everybody got a chance to pull on the fish. And then when we landed the fish, we split the fish however many ways we had on the team.
Oh, that's cool.
We had a bunch of young anglers on this trip, man. The kid is young as 12. This kid, Jake from San Clemente. Dude, I tell you what, all these kids, they're kicking butt. They kicked all our butt. But it was great. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to see these kids have an experience that, man, a lot of people don't get a chance to have.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true. So how many fish did you guys end up landing?
We landed 8 of the big ones. They're all 170 pounds last fish.
Dude, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I tell you what, if I got pictures on my digital camera, maybe if I can. I know I owe you a picture that I talked to you about from Day on the Bay.
Yeah, no worries.
I got that link that you sent me, and I'll try to get them uploaded to you.
All right, cool. Perfect. That's cool. Man.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's a lot. So how much tuna did you take home?
Oh, well, I got the big long, the white cooler, the 96 quart. I added about 2/3 full.
Nice. It's perfect.
Oh, a lot of fish.
It's a lot of fish.
I got a lot of happy relatives in town. Let's just say that.
Super cool. Super cool.
Yeah, sweet.
Whew.
But awesome, dude.
That's good.
I just wanted to call and
I appreciate it,
man. It's like, oh, no worries, dude.
That's a good fishing report. That gets me stoked up. I want to go again.
You got to get out there, man.
Yeah. Really
like
cool.
Wayne said, there's a lot of the fleet were out there cruising around between 43 and San Clemente. I think Chris was on the Thunderbird out in the same area.
There you go.
We saw them out there.
Chris holding out on me. What up, Chris? That's good.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Where's he at?
He's probably still fishing. The fishing's so good. He's probably still out there.
Oh man, yeah.
That's funny.
That's cool. That's all I want to call in. Just kind of let you know about that.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Arnie. That was super cool.
Hey, no worries, dude. Have a great night.
Talk to you later. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. That was cool. Thanks, Arnie. Super cool. Yeah, Jet, if you want to call in, dude. This is cool. Call in. Let's get that story in. I'm not sure what Captain Scotty's going to call in. He's slacking over here. Okay. I sent him a text. If you want to call in, Jet, and tell us a jet ski story, that would be cool. Aiden says getting ripped for monster fish. That's funny. Hey, whatever motivates you, dude, that's good. Chris is running CCA chapter meetings right now. No, he's not, Wayne. He's out there I'm just kidding. That's cool. No, he's Cal says, awesome report. Now I'm stoked for September, right?
Fresh one.
Here we go. What up, Scotty? Are you there?
Hey, I'm here.
Awesome. Dude, thanks for calling in. We had some good reports. Good tuna reports.
Sorry.
It's going off, right?
Sorry, y'all. I'm tired.
Oh. Did you fish today?
I had like 3. Yeah, I fished today.
10?
Like 3 hours of sleep.
Woohoo.
Yeah, it's a doozy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, here, did I fish on Friday? I think I fished on Friday. I can't remember anymore.
It's all a blur.
It's all a blur. I had yesterday off, so Sunday I had off. That means that I fished both Friday and Saturday, and I already forgot what we did. But if I go look at my pictures, I'm pretty sure I can figure it out.
Nice.
So, guys, fish are close. Fish are 20 miles from Mission Bay. It's really fun. Basically, Coronado Canyon inside of the 226. It kind of just moves around. You got to find it. To be honest, it's been in that area for like a month and a half now. The yellowfin and the bluefin have been mixed in anywhere between the Coronado Canyon, 226, 302, 425, 371, out to the San Salvador Knoll, as well as up north towards 182 in the corner. The fish have been, kind of been more active in any one of those zones over the last month and a half. So on any given day, they could be showing up real well in any of those banks.
That's awesome.
So for today, where the hot zone for me was northeast of the 226. So we were about 20 nautical miles from Mission Bay. when we were getting on our fish. So it's been windy pretty much since Saturday.
Yeah.
So I warned my group today. I said, hey, it's been windy since Saturday, and it's been windy in the night. When we have wind at night, that means the next day is going to have swell because that wind has just been creating swell overnight.
Yeah.
And then it's been windy Saturday, then Saturday night, then it's been windy Sunday, then Sunday night. So I warned them today for Monday. It's gonna be a real one. So they're like, oh yeah, that's all right. I told them, okay, if you guys want to do it, make sure you take your seasickness pills. Anyways, long story short, 3 of the 4 got sick before we even got out to the zone because there also had been some fish at the 9 Mile bank.
Oh, okay.
And then I stopped at the 9 Mile bank. So we're 15 miles out, and I stopped at the 9 Mile bank to take a look around the binoculars. And if anybody's serious about offshore fishing, I fully recommend getting yourself a good set of gyroscope binoculars. It's probably the most important piece of equipment for finding tuna for me on the boat.
Wow.
Of course, besides having a good sonar and a GPS
right.
and a good bait tank. But for finding surface signal of fish,
yeah,
it is for sure the most important.
Hey, when you use those, sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you. I'm gonna ask a question because that's super interesting. When you use those binoculars, are you like basically panning from side to side, or are you also like looking down and up?
So I'm scanning all across the surface of the water as well as up in the air for birds. So sometimes you'll find fish with no birds on it. Sometimes you'll find puddlers or what we call breezers. Yeah. So basically a puddler or a breezer of fish is just fish milling on the surface of the water. Yep. They're just showing their fins. They might just be cruising on the surface, warming up, digesting. Yeah. But then if you can pull up on them right, sometimes you can get them to bite. Sometimes when they're up on the surface like that, they're just sunning themselves. They're just spinning right on the surface. A lot of times when we find them like that, we actually won't really get them to bite unless you have just an absorbent amount of chum, live bait to throw at them to get them going. But yeah, so we're trying to find any surface signal. So then sometimes even the volume of tuna might be so small. So like the school that you run into might be so small that you won't really ever see a tuna break the surface, but you see tern birds, coming down and hitting the surface. Yep. Now, just when tern bird comes down and hits the surface, they're coming down to grab a bait, and bait don't get pushed to the surface for no reason. Something's pushing it up. It's not enough volume of game fish that you'll see them break the surface. Because then when you see a foam, like when you see a foamer or when you see a bird school, you see some fish break the surface, but that's only just a part of what's going on. Yeah. Exactly. You don't see a feeding frenzy happening under the surface. All you see is a feeding frenzy happening on the surface and breaking the surface. Yeah. So sometimes, especially like La Jolla, when we're fishing yellowtail, sometimes, when you see a couple birds break, coming down and hitting the surface, but you don't see any yellowtail break the surface, they'll pull up on it correct, throw a surface iron, throw your favorite jig, throw some chum. And, we do get yellowtail around without actually ever seeing the fish break the surface. Because there's just feeding going on under the surface that you don't see. So yeah, don't be afraid to throw that jig and work it, because you'll be surprised. Even white sea bass too. One of my buddies recently got a white sea bass on the surface iron, just casting it under birds. He was out there. He saw some birds. He casted the surface iron. The first one he got a mackerel. I was like, okay. Yeah. Second one got a calico. Okay. Wow. Third cast, bam, white sea bass.
Wow, on a jig. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so today, pretty much the same deal that's been very successful for me. Every trip, boat pressure is an issue. Even today, when it's a Monday and it's been rough weather, boat pressure is still an issue where, some guys, don't approach fish in a way that, everybody can be successful. So like the amount of fish and how well the fish were staying up was ridiculous. Like, I was pulling up to a spot of fish, and another boat came full speed, literally drove right through the middle of the foamer, but the foamer didn't push down.
Oh, wow.
fish just continued to keep feeding, and literally fish were breaking 360 degrees around this boat, and I was just dumbfounded, like, who drives right into the middle of a foamer? and then they just, dropped sardines into it, and they did not get bit. And I was like, I'm just like beyond myself. I'm like, okay, well, so how I've been doing it is I go up swell of the fish. So first I see fish, then I go up swell of it. So I go upwind of it. And then I slow down, I throttle down, I come in and let the wind push me towards the fish. And so that I throttle down to slow down to not scare down the fish.
Yeah.
But at this point, for today, like, I saw the fish weren't scared. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to push myself in there. and
That's awesome.
and then sure enough, I go in there. I put a sardine right exactly where I see the foam, where I see fish breaking the surface. Put a sardine in the middle of it, and that's how I've been getting most of my fish as of lately. Of course, jigs will work, coat snipers, poppers, stick baits, all the same will work. But it's just tough to have the customers get to the bow, cast a jig, and then work a jig correctly.
Yeah.
So then just, having spinning gear and just casting a sardine very simply into the mix has been very successful for me. And so today we ended up with one 50-pound yellowfin. It's just an estimated weight. We took the fork length and the girth, and we did the calculation, and it came out to 50 pounds in the calculation. But, it could be plus or minus. And then we had 2 bluefin tuna that were about the 25 to 30 pound grade.
Wow.
And we only gave it, just that little bit. So the very first stop, like, literally we got out to the fishing grounds, we saw some fish breaking, a boat pushed up on it, and then they didn't get bit, and I cruised up on it, and we ended up with that 50-pound yellowfin. And we moved on, and then we had a couple stops that, we didn't pull fish off of. And then we were like, okay, well, let's just, start heading north, start going home. And these were like some of the biggest bird schools that I've seen all year. Like, it was amazing how much fish that were out there. And there was hardly any boats farther north, because on the fish reports, like, for example, on Fishdoe, everybody's saying, oh, 302, 302. But I knew because of the weather, I wanted to start north, because when there's a northwest wind, that means if you start south and you want to come north, you're going against that northwest wind. You're going into the wind and swells. I was like, I'm going to start north and then work my way south if I have to. And it paid out, because I had another buddy that, went the other way. He went to the 302 and had to work his way up north. And unfortunately, he didn't fare out as well as I did.
That's interesting.
But when I stopped at the 9 Mile Bank, and, I got up in the binoculars and looked around, I could see, many boats, working farther south than me. And I was like, that's interesting. And then, I just kept on with my game plan. And I ended up getting stopped like 5 miles inside of the 226. And that's where we were finding much more signal of bird school. So weather has been bumpy. The forecast for tomorrow is that the wind's going to come down, as well as for Wednesday. Tomorrow is my scheduled day off as well. Had engine service, so right now my boat is getting work done.
Yeah.
So that's I get to sleep in tomorrow. But so tomorrow's wind report is good. So it might still have some residual swell from the last 3 days, but I assume that by Wednesday it should really flatten out, be real calm, because tomorrow's wind forecast and Wednesday's wind forecast are very low winds. So to give it a day to really recover, and by Wednesday I believe it's going to be real beautiful out there, guys.
Nice.
So other thing, we have a south swell coming up. So the current, although the wind is still persisting from the northwest, there is a south current pushing up, and it has pushed some cold water in. And so whereas last week along, say Point Loma, I believe it might have been 74 degrees, it's gotten down into the 60s again. I think I saw like 67 degrees. So that could be another reason why, like, although the previous days tuna were being caught at the 302. I mean, don't get me wrong, there may have still been tuna at the 302. I never made it down there, but my buddy, he was down there and he didn't see it as good of a signal as the fish that I saw around the 226. So, if anybody was going out tomorrow, man, why not start, like around the 182 and work your way down to the kidney bank, 226, 302.
Awesome. Oh, that's pretty good.
If anybody wants,
what else do you want, guys? What else do you want? Are you not entertained?
What else do you want?
There's the game plan.
If you want
Go
the
get
big
fish.
bluefin tuna,
You want him to hook him for
right.
you? Do you want him to hook it for you too?
Or so although like I have spinning gear available, because then spinning gears, you'd have to have some real talent to backlash a spinning reel. So even with spinning gear, my customers still have trouble, finding a good sardine out of the bait tank. Like a lot of times, like I always do my briefing at the very beginning, like if this is how you hook on your bait, you put it right through the nose, make sure you choose a good bait. You don't want a bait that's all red and beat up. You don't want it missing all its scales, because when a sardine is missing its scales, think of it as like you having a rash. Think of like you're skateboarding and you hit the asphalt, you have a big rash on your skin and you're injured, you're hurt. Same thing with a sardine. If it's missing its scales, it's hurt, it's injured, it's not going to swim very hard. Or if it's red, its nose is all red and beat up, that means it's almost brain dead because it keeps ramming its head into the side of the tank. Yeah. Those are baits you do not want on your hook, because you want a bait that just zips off.
Yeah,
and it's just a reaction bite. If anybody local have ever gone to the Barefoot Bar and Grill, where you can take sardines there and feed the calico bass and stuff like that. Unfortunately, they had red tide, so all the fish in there died.
Yeah.
But they're starting to replenish it. Any local fishermen that fish local that might catch some keeper size fish and keep them alive in the bait tank, go over to the Barefoot Bar and Grill at Paradise Point and drop some fish in their lagoon type thing. Yeah. So it's real fun. But so make sure you choose a good bait. Get it on there. Cruise up slow into the fish and put a sardine in the middle of it, and you're bit like every time. Like I got bit on 60 pound today, like 60 pound fluoro. we were horsing these fish in.
Holy.
So it's like it's all about choosing a good bait and putting it in the right place, and they're gonna feed. I mean, I'm telling you guys, the amount of fish that I saw out there was ridiculous. And tomorrow's wind and Wednesday's wind is good. So if anybody could get out there, I recommend it. Get out there, start north, work your way down south, and maybe go out a little bit farther west.
There you go. Right on, dude.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And then you don't need a lot of chum either, because honestly, like I brought 3 scoops of bait today, and they did not react to my chum at all. I mean, unless because then the big sport boats, when they come up to a spot of fish, they're dumping, netfuls and netfuls over the side as they make their circle around the tuna before they even make their stop. I'm pulling up to these foamers and I'm throwing over, what I got too, but I couldn't get the fish to stick to the boat. I have heard of some guys smaller boats being able to get the tuna to stick to the boat.
Right.
But, when I'm throwing all my sardine over, when there's this huge, massive school of anchovy a couple 100 yards away, I just lose the tuna. I can't compete with a huge school of anchovy.
Yeah, makes sense.
But even the big boats, sometimes you'll see a boat that one of the big boats that they get a good stop. They actually able to continue and hook fish and get a plunker bite. But a lot of times, even the big boats, you're seeing them run and gun. They pull up on fish, they get a couple to hook, they put them on board, they lose the school, and they have to find another one.
That's true.
So you don't need a lot of bait. You just need to have good bait to cast into the middle, and then you have to find the surface signal. Because then, unless you want to roll around slowly, if you cruise around slowly to be able to watch your sonar, to watch your meter, if you meter fish. But if you're going around trying to meter fish, you 100% be chum. Because as soon as you get any signal on the sonar, you have to dump sardine, and they will come up at that point because there's no other bait around. Because then the reason why they come up in foam is because they're already feeding on anchovy.
Got it.
But if you're driving around at, say, trolling speed, and then you find tuna on your sonar, there's not any bait around. So then if you find them on your sonar and you throw sardine overboard, they will come up. And then that is the more effective way to get the fish to stick to the boat.
They'll stick. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey,
because there's no other bait.
Yeah, exactly. And so I have a couple questions for you real quick. Tyler's asking, where do you get your flyers? Do you buy frozen flyers?
So I buy my frozen flyers. I buy mine from Ken's Custom Reels up in Oceanside. I buy them in bulk, so he gives me a little bit of a discount. I won't
No, it's good.
I'll let you guys try and work a discount with him. Yeah, because then I don't want to say what price I get, and then everybody's going to expect to get that price. You know what I mean? But just to let you guys know, right? I buy. Yeah, right. No, I buy like 50 pieces at a time.
Oh, okay,
so
cool. Yeah.
Unless you're expecting to buy that many, then maybe you won't get a discount.
Yeah. But that's where you get. But
yeah,
cool. And then John's got a question.
Yeah, I get.
Yeah, and then John's got a question. Is anything biting at the 9 mile?
So I have heard of guys. So, not this weekend, so not yesterday, Sunday, but the previous Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I had contacts tell me that they were fishing foam or bluefin at the 9 mile.
That's awesome.
So then I wasn't fishing that area, unfortunately. I was just kind of running past it, trying to go for big fish. But then, so that's what I heard there. And then also, as of recently, I heard of one of the guys in my marina. They trolled some dolphin at the 9, and they were able to pick off a yellowfin.
Oh, perfect.
So yes,
perfect.
There definitely may be fish there at the 9. But it's just, to be honest, like on any given day, you have to find the fish when you're out there. So then you may have to move around. So that's why I stopped. Like every area that I've known to like hold fish, or I've caught fish before, or I have a report of fish, I stop and look around.
Yeah, makes
so
sense.
don't drive over. It takes maybe a couple minutes here and there.
Yeah.
But stop. I get up high. I look in my binoculars, my gyroscope binoculars, and if I see something, then I head towards it.
That makes sense. That makes sense. No, that's true.
Yeah.
Wayne's got a question for you. He says, "Do you have any openings this month?"
This month, so unfortunately, I'm fully booked. My next available day is August 18th.
Perfect.
And then even after August 18th, it's just scattered days. I'm full booked until August 18th.
So booked.
And then
so booked.
Yep, full booked. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I probably have some more bookings if I had somebody helping me in the office. I'm doing everything. I'm answering the phone calls.
There's time to hire somebody.
Running trips.
Yep.
Well, it's tough too though, because then if somebody like calls. Well, no, like if somebody calls, like they have a bunch of questions, I don't know if anybody would be able to answer the questions. I mean, but at some point, I probably just have to, relinquish that, just kind of like let it be what it's gonna be.
Or have them ask you. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, so like what I think is like if I could have somebody help me, is be like, hey, thanks for calling Brothers Sport Fishing. This is what our calendar is. This is what our trip costs are. This is what included in our trips. If you have any additional questions, the captain can reach back to you when he gets back to us.
Cool.
That's probably what I'm going to end up doing.
That makes sense. Okay, so we
hopefully we can work that
out. Great to hear he's full. Good. Bookings are awesome. Full bookings are awesome. Cool. So even though you're booked through like halfway through August, if somebody still wants to book something, they can still reach out, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So then right now I don't have anything set up. So then if anybody wants to book with me, they do have to talk with me directly so that I can get them on my calendar, take a deposit, and then give them all the pertinent information about where our starting point is, what to bring, what to expect.
Perfect. And the last one, so because I know we already passed and I'm hogging up your time, is from Drew. He asks, is a treble hook on a Colt Sniper fine for tuna, or do you recommend switching it to a big J hook?
So I changed my hooks on my Colt Snipers. Don't get me wrong. I have seen some 50, 60 pound tuna caught on the, how would you say, like the stock treble. But then they do bend out. So what I use the Mustad trebles. Let me see if I got one. I could read you what it is. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's Owner. So I use the Owner Stinger trebles in different sizes. I use size 2, 1, 1/0, 2/0, 3/0, 4/0, just depending on what it is. But these treble hooks have been absolute money.
Is it ST66?
So that is the ST66, yes.
Okay, so I have a pack right here. I'm pulling it up to the camera. Boom, there it is, guys.
There you go.
So same hooks that Kevin recommends.
Owner Stinger trebles. Those have been absolute money for me. And then I also like the for my live bait hooks, I like the Owner Mutu circle hooks. If you can find the owner Mutu hybrids, those are even better. So the difference between the regular Mutu and the Mutu hybrid is thinner, it's smaller, but still very strong. Yeah, because then the Mustad Demon Circles, those did work for me, but if you happen to hook a bigger fish, those have failed on me. And then for the small J hooks, so say like last year the yellowfin were really finicky that you had to have a small hook, whereas this year for for whatever reason. They're eating rope. I mean, I got them on 60 pounds. So I haven't been afraid to go heavier gear this year because we have been hooking, the 50, 60 pounders. One of my buddies in my marina hooked us and landed a 78-pound yellowfin, I think like midweek or earlier. I don't know, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, something like that, on a cold sniper.
Oh, no, that's cool.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to use the heavier gear. I mean, always what I recommend people try to get fish on the heaviest gear first, because then if you go light gear, it's really hard to get them to switch to the heavy gear later on.
Oh, cool.
Whereas if you start heavy, hopefully they'll just continue to bite heavy, and then also you'll get those fish in quicker, and then continue to fish.
That's
so
cool.
Always use the heaviest gear that you can get away with. But if you say they're blowing up around the boat, you see them on the stone, bite the hook, then downsize. But really, that only works when the fish are sticking to the boat. Unfortunately, if the fish don't stick to the boat, you don't get a bite. The fish are gone, then you just have to reel up and go find another spot.
That makes sense. Sweet, man. Talk about a fishing report. That became like a fishing education.
I mean, I'm pretty bad.
So good.
I ramble.
No, I like it. No, it's good. Like, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna let you talk. That's perfect. Cool. Hey, so perfect. So, dude, thanks for always closing out Mondays with an awesome report, and like today was a bonus fishing session help. So awesome. I put the link for Brothers Sport Fishing in the chat, guys. So go have a look, even if it is far out, like after halfway through August. Hey, you guys know Captain Scotty is good. So if you guys been looking for a trip like this, hook it up. Captain Scotty's gonna take you out and get you on fish. No pressure.
Yeah, and honestly, later season, it's gonna get better because anchovy and sardine, they like colder water. They actually do not survive well in warmer water. So when the warm water is warm inside Mission Bay, inside San Diego Bay, the bait does not survive very well. It's just beat up. It just they just start dying off. They burn up. So later season, when the water gets warm around here, that bait will move farther north looking for colder water, because colder water also has more nutrient in it. So later season, that's when we're really going to start to see the tuna stick to the boat better, because there's going to be less bait in the area.
Yeah, less bait
and
options.
And then that's when you're going to start seeing. That's when you're going to start seeing boats putting on limits.
Yeah.
And then also having a nice steady plunker bite. Whereas right now it's run and gun. Some boats are getting them to stick, and some not so much. So So later season, don't we call it the local season. Because then during the summertime, it's all the tourists come by, or people, kids are out of school.
Yeah.
So that's why it's real crazy around, May through, August, maybe a little bit into September. But September, October, November, still very good fishing, probably even better fishing.
Yeah.
And then there's less tourists around, so that's the local season. So
cool.
Don't be afraid to book well into October, November, because it's banner season, and it's only going to get better from here.
Sweet. Excellent. Well, awesome. Thanks, Scotty. I really appreciate you calling in and being always so generous with your time and your knowledge, dude. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, just the same as before too. I mean, there's so much fish out there. So many people want to do it. You just got to do it, the right way with etiquette. You don't want to run over another boat's fish. I mean, honestly, if there's a boat on this little foamer right here, just stop and look in any other direction, and there's a good probability there's going to be another foamer right over there. Give people their space. If they're on fish already, don't go in crashing on the fish, because that means probably both of you are not going to get fish.
Yeah, that's funny.
So maybe let them have that fish and go find that fish right over there. And then, hey, everybody's happy because everybody's getting fish.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, like boat traffic has been an issue for me as of the last couple of trips, but it's the world, it's the territory we live in.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, what can you do? I mean, I try to like, you know, talk to some people too. Like say like I'm pulling up slow to a foamer, and then another boat like from farther away pulls up full speed trying to beat me to the fish, and I'm like, oh man. You know, I try and like cruise up to them slowly and respectfully and be like, you know, like, hey, you guys, you know, just like, you know, what you want to do is you want to cruise around the fish, come into the fish, let the wind push you towards the fish, and throttle down so you don't push down the fish.
Yeah.
And some guys they appreciate it, like, oh, all right, thank you, we'll definitely give that a shot. And some guys would be like, what are you doing, waving their arms, like, because I'm coming up next to them, like, what are you doing, what do you want? And then I'd be like, hey guys, you know, just like when you pull up the foamers, just go slow so you don't pull down the fish. Like, don't tell me how to fish. I'm like, okay,
wow.
all right. yeah, it's
That's
honestly
funny.
it is what it is, you know. It's just you gotta do what you can and make a day out of it. I mean, what I tell customers all the time is, you know, pick a day that works for your schedule, hope that the weather holds up, and then we just have to find fish on the day that we're out there. That's, you know, really all I can ever really promise to people. And, you know, I try to keep in contact with my network, see where fish are caught, take a look at sea surface temperature charts, photo shots, and go out there and look in the gyros.
Yep.
Spend a lot of time in the glass.
That's cool. Cool. Awesome, Scotty. Well, that's great. That's a super awesome report. So when's your next outing?
Wednesday. I'll be out on Wednesday.
Cool.
Tomorrow is engine service, so I'm going to sleep in tomorrow, and then I'm back at it Wednesday, and I don't believe I have another day off until the following Tuesday, so I'll be running like 5 or 6 days straight.
That's awesome, dude. Well, you got what you want. You got what you wanted. I was kidding.
I know, right? Yeah. I mean, we started this business late in 2018. We didn't start selling trips to the public in September of 2018. So hardly anybody knew who we were in 2018. So we got a couple bookings here and there. And then, you know, early 2019 wintertime, I mean, you know, not too many people are fishing wintertime.
Yeah.
So, but then, you know, once the fishing picked up and other boats started getting booked out, then people had to look for other options. Yeah. That's how they found us.
That's cool.
And then, you know, we ran a lot of trips, got a lot of fish, got a lot of good reviews. And then now, because of the reviews that we have, I'm getting like 10 to 12, sometimes 15 inquiries every day. Ooh. Between voicemails, text, Facebook messages,
that's awesome,
Instagram
dude.
messages,
emails. Time for that second boat. Just clone yourself.
Second boat.
Just clone yourself.
I need a captain to help me out. I mean, a boat. I mean, just you know, go out and buy it, put the money and put it together.
That's true.
Finding someone that can, you know, that people will enjoy spending the day with, that they can, you know, be a good mariner and keep people safe.
That's true.
And then put fish on the boat. You know, like, so it's a really, really tough thing to be able to find, but you know, there are guys out there that captain for other people that do great work. So, you know, to be able to keep everybody safe, to be a likable guy, and to catch fish, it's not easy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then to do it day in, day out. You know, I'm pulling like 18-hour days. So.
Dang. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah.
Cool. I'm buying ice. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, rambling again.
No,
I'll let you guys go.
No. So hang on. Let's. I know you're just gonna be super busy, but one of these days when you have a Thursday off, let's do an interview day. Any Thursday you have off, let me know, and we'll do it. It'll just be from 7 to 8, and we'll kind of just do more of this. But I'm gonna ask. I want to have more specific questions, kind of like your background and how you got started and all that good stuff. And then,
sure.
It'll be fun. Like, people are digging it. So.
Yeah, I mean, it'll basically pretty much be like this, where like we're just having a conversation and just just like, going back and forth.
That's cool.
I love it, Roman. Love this stuff.
And then they'll jump in with the questions too, and that gets pretty crazy. I accidentally hung up on Scotty. Oh no. My I got a different call, and then like, no, I feel like I gotta call him back. Hang on.
If you're going straight to voicemail, we are offshore and out of cell range. Please.
The worst. I hung up on Scotty, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, he's calling me back.
Scotty went.
Is Scotty there? Oh no, it's his voicemail calling me back. All right. I'll call him back after the show and apologize. I had another call come in and it gave me the option to like end the call and go to voicemail, or and I got kind of confused and I just hang up instead. Worse. Anyway, let's wrap up the show, guys. I'm glad you guys are out here. Thank you for transferring over to the Fishy Hour page. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please subscribe so you get the notifications of when we're live. Tomorrow I'll be fishing offshore, possibly. I don't know. It'll be fun. It'll be live. It'll be real. And I'm trying to beat the skunk, okay? So it'll be a fun episode. I will do some research to figure out who the guest's going to be for Thursday and let you know as soon as possible. But don't worry, you'll find someone that's interesting, entertaining, and knowledgeable. Or at least one of the three. and yeah, that's that's what's up. Do me a big favor. If you haven't already watched the new video on Roman Castro vlog on my other channel, I'm gonna put a link in the description right here. In the description, also in the chat. Click on that link, have it on the side, or you can start watching it now if you need to. Go watch the new video, give it a thumbs up, give it a comment, and I will respond to you as soon as you comment. I'll be responding to comments on that video for the next hour. Okay, so go watch the video. It's cool if you're trying to get into kayak fishing in the bays. I basically go over my full setup, fishing San Diego Bay and Mission Bay. I have my rods and reels, the accessories I carry, my setups, all that stuff. And I figured you guys would find it helpful. Some of you guys have asked me for those questions. I've asked me questions about those specific things. So I figured I'd just make a big video about it. And that way, when somebody asks down the road, I can just point them to that video, and they can have all that good information. Okay. Tyler says all-nighter tomorrow. Tyler, if that's what it takes to get a fish and not skunk, I'm doing an all-nighter. Dang it. Captain Dad has more memorabilia to share. Awesome. Cool. Thanks for keeping the show going. No worries, Jet. Thank you so much. Thanks, Coach Worf. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Captain Dan, for taking me out this weekend. Thank you, John. Thank you, Aiden, Leonard, Cal, Jet. I'll see you guys all in the Discord. I'll about to jump in Discord after this. So for those of you that don't know what Discord is, here's a link for that. But make sure you go watch the other video first. I'm trying to beef up the numbers. Woo! All right. Good night, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. On the water, 7 p.m., fishyhour.com. Tell your friends, fishyhour.com. We'll take you to the latest live stream, and that'll be tomorrow at 7 on the water. All right, guys. Good night.